because energy is the currency of the universe, and how you use it determines your material abundance. Secret number 4. Why women became wealthy through non-doing. Here's a paradox that will drive third-wave feminists crazy. The less a woman does, the more she receives. This isn't about laziness. This is about energetics. Masculine energy, yang, active, doing, pushing through. Feminine energy, yin, receiving, magnetic, attracting. When a woman works in yang, doing, she exhausts herself, repels abundance because she sends signal, I must fight, loses magnetism. When a woman is in yin, resting, enjoying, receiving, she charges, attracts abundance. Signal, I'm worthy of receiving, becomes a magnet. Secret number 5. Why women burn out at regular jobs and how to properly have money. Ask yourself, you work 8 to 12 hours daily, pushing through, controlling, extracting money, and yet exhausted, burned out, sick. Why? Because a man has yang energy, action, pushing through, that restores every 24 hours through testosterone. A woman's cycle is 28 days. You don't have daily yang. When you try to work like a man, you work in deficit. Result? Burnout, illness, financial instability. And now, here's what. If you have a partner and you're pushing through everything yourself, providing, earning, what happens to him? He loses his yang because you're already occupying this role. He doesn't need to act. He shifts into yin, sits on the couch, and you're angry. Why isn't he doing anything? Because you're in his energy. 2 healthy paths for women. Path number 1, through her own Tao, purpose. If a woman found her Tao, she acts within its framework, and the system feeds her with energy. She doesn't work for money. She pursues her purpose, and money comes as side effect. In this case, she doesn't exhaust herself because energy comes from the system, not from her own reserves. Path number 2, through proper division with partner, if Tao isn't yet found. If a woman has a partner and hasn't yet found her Tao, here's the proper division. Woman equals yin creation, creates the man, inspires, fills him with energy, creates herself, beauty, health, development, creates space, home, atmosphere, prepares food, and through it establishes abundance program for family. Man equals yang action, works, brings money, provides container of safety. This doesn't mean woman does nothing. She creates. This is enormous work, but she doesn't push through in the world for money. What happens if woman goes into yang? She starts working, pushing, extracting money. Result? First, she exhausts herself. No daily yang. Second, man loses his yang. He doesn't need to act. She does everything. Third, he shifts into yin. Passivity. Couch. Fourth, polarity disappears, and woman is angry. Why is he on the couch? Because she's in his energy. Conclusion. Woman doesn't need regular job for money. She needs either to find her Tao, then system feeds, or create man, herself, space, then he provides. When each is in their energy, abundance flows naturally. Critical moment. Ability to receive. Here's the problem of modern woman. Even if she has a man ready to provide, she cannot receive. Why? Because in society for the last 50 years runs a program. I myself, I'll earn myself, I'll manage myself. I owe nobody. I'm independent and strong. This is masculinity program embedded in women. And when a man offers, I'll pay, I'll buy you this, I'll take care. You don't have to work. What happens inside woman? No, I'll do it myself. I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to be obligated. What will he think of me? I'm not a kept woman, and she pushes away his gifts. She blocks the flow of abundance. Here's what she doesn't understand. When woman receives from man, she doesn't become weak. She activates his yang. Man feels like a man when he can provide for woman. This is his nature. This is what gives him meaning. When woman refuses to receive, she castrates him energetically. She tells him, I don't need you. I'll manage myself. And his yang dies. He loses drive. He sits on couch. Receiving isn't weakness. It's power. Feminine power is the ability to receive. Not take. Receive. Difference. Taking. Demanding. Controlling. Yang. Receiving. Opening up. Allowing. Yin. When woman receives,